Okay, Farrier Thoughts. Had this question asked to me the other day. Do you prefer keeping a horse barefoot, or do you prefer shoeing a horse? Again, it all depends on the context. That's all this stuff is, really, is how's the horse doing, for one. First off, are his feet healthy enough to throw shoes on? Or, technically, do his feet need shoes to stay healthy? That's number one. Number two, how often are you riding? Are you an occasional rider? Do you ride them all the time? Are you competing? If you're competing, I highly think you need shoes, at least on the front. If you're riding all the time, I kind of think you need shoes. If you're just an occasional rider, you can probably get by with just trimming a horse. If your horse is turned out in pasture, obviously don't need shoes. Again, unless his feet are healthy and, unless his feet aren't healthy enough to stay together and he's not able to stay sound without shoes. And the big one in some cases, this is why I think it needs to be happening from the get-go, is would your horse stand for shoes? Guys, it's a dangerous enough job as it is. If your horse doesn't really like to stand for a trim, probably wouldn't recommend shoes, just due to the fact that that's where the danger comes in for the farrier. That's where the danger comes in for the horse. You already have sharp tools in your hand. We already are having to go with that and be careful with that. If you start throwing on shoes, you're adding a hammer, concussion, sharp nails that are getting driven through the foot, which, it's hard to nail on a shoe with a horse that doesn't stand good. And then sometimes you're even adding hot shoes to the whole mix. So there's a lot of danger involved if a horse that doesn't stand good needs shoes. So that's where training needs to come into a play. You need to be working with that horse a lot. So that's kind of my other thing, is if your horse stands good. Now, again, like if your horse is competing, doing a lot, I highly recommend shoes, at least on the fronts. If you're riding all the time, and you're going certain places, I may think you need shoes on. If your horse is sound, you're riding mostly in deep sand, and you're not riding all the time, you're probably fine leaving him barefoot. Horses turn out in pasture, pull the shoes off. There's no real reason for a horse to need shoes unless he has a foot condition or some kind of problem within his feet where the shoes are actually helping him out with that. That's kind of my thought on that. Hope this helps you out. Stay safe out there, guys. God bless.